Okay guys, just want to make a quick video on how to set up TC2000. And if I were to share a chart with you, like if I click this and I hit share chart of PSX, right, you could just click this link, and what this link is going to do is it's going to take you to a page like this, right? And it's going to say, hey, I've shared a chart with you, and you would hit yes, get chart, right? So once you hit yes, get chart, what's going to happen is it's going to import it right here to where your shared files are, and you can see mine are right here, right? Then I would click share, view items shared to me, and then you'd click that chart of PSX. And so now this chart is the exact chart that I shared with you, lines, all of it. I'm just going to expand it out, right? Just going to click that button. And what you'd want to do here is if you wanted to use this exact chart, you just right click and hit save chart as. And call it whatever you want. I call it EMA. You wanted to call it D-Man's chart, right? D-Man's chart. And you'd hit save. And then it's there for you always. And if you wanted to save this indicator, let's say you didn't have the TC2000 TTM squeeze indicator, which is right here at the bottom, right? What all you do then is you would simply say, okay, let me right click this momentum up, right? So save as indicator, and then you could put TTM squeeze D-Man, right? And I'd hit OK. And now all those are saved, right? And so now you've got my exact chart. You've got the TTM squeeze saved. And what you can actually do is you can assign a button to pull up this chart. And so like if I come over here and I look at charts and I look at my charts, right? Well, if I come in here and I see D-Man's chart, you see how it says D-Man's chart right there? If I wanted, let's say F2 to be the button that I would hit to pull up this chart, then I would come over here and I would hit this button, and then I would just click on F2. And now anytime that I want to pull up that particular chart, then F2 will bring it up, right? And so you can have a bunch of different charts. You can save a bunch of different charts and scroll through them. So like if I come back over here, if I want to look at my moving averages charts with the 50, right, the 20, the 100, the 200, then I just hit F1 and that pulls it up. If I want to hit that chart that you just looked at, I hit F2, right, and it pulls it up. But if I want to chart with nothing on it so I can see it a little bit better, right, then I hit F12, and this is just a blank chart so I can see the lines, right? If I want to just focus on VP, I can. This is F11. Literally, there's nothing there, so I can just look at the VP, you know. And F3 gives me, you know, the different moving averages. F4 gives me this one, you know. So I have a bunch of different chart setups where I read the way I trade on F1 through F12 to pull up whatever chart I want to see. So this brings up my TPS method, which is mine's F2. That's the chart I just shared with you. That brings up the TTM squeeze, and then that brings up the averages. You know, I've got the 55, the 21, the 34, and the 8, right? And so all that I need is right here. Okay. So any questions on how to do the chart? Now, after you do the chart, the other thing that I have that I've shared with you guys, and if you don't have it, just let me know and I'll share it. This is a way to keep track of TTM squeezes, right? So literally all I have to do is come over here and I could look at MA. See how MA is just stacked with squeezes? You've got a squeeze on the 95 down. So if we come over here and we look at 195, you're starting a 195 squeeze. You've got a 130. You've got a 2 hour. You've got a 78. You got a 65. So we got stacked squeezes on this MA. And if we were in a bullish environment, like if I was willing to trade and still get long, this would be one that I'd be looking to get long, right? V, same thing, right? So all of these show you, hey, this is where the TTM squeeze is. Now I've got two different ones. I've got one that's got a green dot. This lets me know that we're underneath the 80 MA, but I also have just the squeezes, right? So like this one is saying, hey, this is, 5, 15, 30, 1 hour, 78, 195, and daily, right? So this one's doesn't have those green circles. So, you can kind of play with it, get it however you want. And what you would do with these is, let's say you wanted to use the one with the green dots, right? Well, what I would do here is I would just click share, watch list, right? Same thing is going to happen. I'm going to copy it to clipboard and I'll paste it in. Once I click on it, same thing is going to happen. You're going to come to shared. You're going to say, yes, get that watch list, right? And it's going to tell you, all right, I put it where the shared items go. You come over here and it says watch list shared from TC2000. That's me. And I click on it and there it is. I've got it, right? I've got that exact watch list. Now, what you would do at this point is you'd come in here and you'd say, all right, let me save this column set. And what that means is I want to save all these headers, right? So I know I can put this on any watch list that I have. And the way that you do that is you simply right click on this gray area by the plus button and you put save all columns as a group. And so I've called this one TPS plus the 80 MA, right? And so you would hit save. You can name it whatever you want. And then after you hit save, it's saved in there for you. And so you can come in here and you can go on any watch list and just click on that gray area and you can hit replace all columns and it'll be there, right? And there it is, TPS plus 80 MA. If I just wanted, the TTM or whatever, then I can replace it. So like if I wanted to look at this as the Strat column set, I'd switch it and it'd bring this up, right? So now it's a different column set. If I want to switch it back to where it was, then I just go and I hit replace all column sets, right? And there's your TPS plus the 80 MA. And there it is. It's right back to where it was, right? So this is how you would save that column set. So what I would do is I would save that column set, and let me see something else. Here, I'll save this one. I'll share this one too. It's the same thing. You'd save it. This is just called the TPS, right? There's no ADMA in this one. It's just going to give you a check if there's a squeeze, so it's not as noisy, right? So there's that one. Now the other one that I use, right, a lot is what I call the Strat. And what the Strat does is it keeps track of inside candles. And think of inside candles as consolidation, just like the TTM squeeze is. So I can look over here and I can look, hey, what's inside today? Well, I just click that day button and it organizes it for me. So Charter's an inside day, ARM's an inside day, Yeti's an inside day, Disney's an inside day, SMCI is an inside day, right? And so I can do it on the weekly, Like all of these are for weekly ideas as well. So if I wanted to see the weekly, it's right there. If I wanted to see the monthly, it's right here. If I wanted to see the quarterly, if I wanted to see the yearly, right? Now, what these are, 1 2 up 24, that means stocks that have been inside and gone up, right? And so if you look at BAX, it had an inside candle and it broke up. And the reason I look at these is because this could set up a rev strat for tomorrow. So you see how it broke up, it broke highs, it's a failed breakout, and now we're coming down, right? So this would be a rev strat for tomorrow if I wanted to play it. And this would be a 1 2 down. And that would be the same exact thing on these. So if I look at AXP, it's like if this candle was a bullish candle, let's see if I can find one that's got like a bullish candle on it that maybe we could play as a red strat. Nothing really that I like. I mean, ESAB, I guess you could do it, but there's nothing really there that's setting up. But just remember that this is a strategy of failed breakdown, push up, failed break up, push down, right? And it's the same idea on 3. 3 is simply an engulfing candle, right? So this was an engulfing candle, breakdown, maybe it's a reversal. And then I've got it for the weekly. 1 2 up on the weekly, 1 2 down on the weekly, 3 2 up, 3 2 down on the weekly, right? So that's what this is. So here I'll share this one as well. And you do the same exact thing, right? You're gonna click on it. It's gonna bring up that watch list. You simply come over here, you right click, and you hit save columns as a group. And this is my Strat 2023 column, right? And I would hit save. And then once you hit save, you can come in here and you can literally open up any watch list you want to open up, and it will be there for you to use that as a column set. Is there any questions on any of this so far, guys? So that's how you do the TTM squeeze, the ICBs, the watch lists, charts, and I think that's it. I think that's all. Okay, let me stop this recording.